Hey everyone, been a while since I did one of these. So, I was in the middle of playing Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door on Dolphin, and then I took a pause and went on Twitter, and I found that Nintendo sent a cease and desist to Big House for their Melee tournaments, which have been using an emulator. Now, their response was basically saying that they should have used a GameCube and normal versions of the game. But here's the thing, emulators are legal. I mean, pirating games isn't, but emulating them is legal. Now, unless I'm missing something, Big House members did not emulate the game. They probably bought the game or have a copy of the game from 20 odd years ago and just dumped the ISO into Dolphin. Like, that is how you do it normally and legally. Now, if they were pirating it, then I would have no issue with it. But they aren't pirating it. They're doing it legally. But since they think that emulators aren't legal, they have sent a cease and desist letter. But I think that Nintendo is missing the reason why people are doing Melee tournaments online now anyway. The reason why people are signing up for Melee tournaments and not for Ultimate tournaments is because Ultimate's competitive scene is dead because of the shitty online. It's very clear that the reason why that Nintendo took down this is because they didn't want Melee's competitive scene to flourish online, because they wanted people to play Ultimate's shitty online. That is very clearly the reason why they did it, and I do not think that there is any other reason. They could, unless they genuinely think that emulators are illegal, which companies have lost court cases for thinking that. So, in short, this is a very, very stupid decision, and they literally could just fix it by doing literally one thing. Just make Melee playable on the Switch with rollback. This is the thing, and this is why people like Jim Sterling say it's okay to pirate Nintendo's games. Because it is okay to play a game through different means because Nintendo has no effort or any priority for allowing people to play their old games. Like, for example, the 3D All-Star situation, which I'm planning on making a video about that on March 31st, 2021, so that way all the updates could go through and judge the product based on how it is when it's gone, so I won't have to worry about recommending people to it. Same thing with NES and SNES Online, which is the only console online through NSO, despite it being a year since SNES and they didn't add GameCube or N64 or Game Boy. They're just doing NES and SNES at a snail's pace. Now, if they want people to not emulate their games, then give people access to the games. This is why barely anyone tried to emulate stuff during the Wii and Wii U days, because the stuff was just available to them. And in the case of Melee specifically, it's because Ultimate's online structure is garbage despite it being the highest selling fighting game of all time. You don't just fuck up like that. Now, I personally think that this is 100% Nintendo's fault. Like, like people could be pirating, and if they are pirating, then yeah, that's not legal. But if they want, and I said this earlier, if Nintendo wants people to not pirate their games, then give them the games that they would want to pirate so they can buy it. Nobody would be pirating stuff like, let me just spitball an example here. Mario 64 during the Wii or Wii U days because they can just buy it on the eShop. But you can't do that now, which is why people have been making PC ports, and the reason why people have been pirating the game. Obviously, that doesn't work down with the radio stores, but I digress. They need to either, one, give Melee on Switch or through any other means with rollback netcode, or you give Ultimate rollback netcode so that people would actually play the game online. I know Sakurai said that he didn't want to do rollback netcode, but Sakurai's dumb when it comes to online, okay? Like, I just am sick of seeing. Like, I was convinced that the Fire Emblem thing would be like, okay, we're near the end of the year. They can't possibly fuck up even harder. Well, there we go. There it is. And I am tempted to say that I think that there will be one more big fuck up this year. And if it's not like Age of Calamity, then it'll be something. Because Nintendo always finds a way to ruin good things.